Hey polish fans, it's Caroline again and welcome to another video here at Wildwind Lacquer. In today's video we are doing a really fun collaboration. This is our summer nail polish rack, so make sure to check out the link down below because there are a lot of other people here on YouTube that are doing their own version of this and sharing their picks for their summer nail polish rack. So I'm really excited to see what the other people have chosen, and I have tried to limit myself. I think I still have like 26 polishes, and that is not including the entire Orly collection that I have on my nails because I've already used them, but they are going to be on my rack. But I'm not counting those for this video. But if you want to see those swatched, I'll post the link up there in the cards. So we're going to take a look at some fun, bright polishes. I have been actually looking forward to summer for quite a while. I think I started looking forward to these brighter tones about halfway through spring, which is pretty unusual for me because these are all a lot brighter tones than I'm usually drawn to. But this summer is the summer that we're going to start really enjoying these brighter colors. So let's just get started with what I'm wearing. This is the Orly Electric Escape collection, and I had some inspiration from a YouTube video that I saw where she used all of the colors to create this really fun dot manicure. So I wanted to give it a try. I'll post her link down below as well, so if you want to check it out, you can see how she did it. And we'll just start very briefly with the Orly collection. Like I said, I have already swatched these, so I'm not going to go too in-depth with each color, but as you can see, these are very bright and playful. Some of these are indeed very electric, and if you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll know that these are actually kind of outside my wheelhouse as far as colors go, but I've really enjoyed wearing them. The base color is this one called Synthetic Symphony, and that is the sort of dark purple once it's on most of the nails, but it's a really beautiful tone of purple and I'm really enjoying wearing it. And then of course all of the brighter colors and lighter colors pop really nicely against that base. So I did use each and every one of them, and then the base for this accent nail is the bright orange, and this one is artificial orange. And this is another one that is sort of a surprise that I'm enjoying wearing. It is much brighter than I'm used to wearing, but it's a really fun, vibrant orange. My lighting is still pasteling these out a little bit, but they're very bright, very fun, and again, sort of outside my wheelhouse, but I enjoyed wearing those. So let's go ahead and jump into the colors that I've chosen for my summer rack. Anything that does not have a little nail ring swatch on the polish, I've gone ahead and swatched on this here, so you'll be able to see what it'll look like once it's dried, and one that dries in sort of a chalky finish, which I thought was really fun. So let's start with that one. And that fun pop of color is this one by China Glaze, and this is Flip Flop Fantasy, and I got this specifically to wear in the summertime. Now this one, just to do a side-by-side comparison to the one that I'm wearing by Orly, on camera it's kind of hard to see if you're going to see a big difference, but the one from Orly is definitely a bit darker and brighter. Yeah, a bit more on the neon side, whereas the one from China Glaze is a bit more on the pastel leaning side of things, while still being a bright tone of sort of a only slightly bleached neon, if that makes any sense. So they are definitely two different colors, and this is what it looks like in 2 coats dried. So this is the one that dries to sort of a satiny plastic finish, which I think is really fun for summer. So if you don't like that finish, you can always just add a glossy top coat, but I think I'd like to wear it at least one time with its natural finish. I think that's a really neat look for the summer. And again, that one was Flip Flop Fantasy, and that was in 2 coats. Up next is this one from Girly Bits, and this one is Not Water Lilies. This one came from Polish Pickup back in April 2019, and this is a really beautiful jelly formula. It has sort of a turquoise teal jelly base, and then look at those beautiful blue ghost flakies in there, and it's got shimmer, and this is what that one looks like with I actually forget on this one if it was 2 or 3 coats, but I've also shown it over black, so you can see that green to red shimmer a bit better there. I don't know if that's going to come across very well on camera. The green shimmer in that is being a little camera shy, but it's a gorgeous polish, very oceany, and I love the dark blue flakies against that beautiful turquoise base. So that was Girly Bits, Not Water Lilies. Next up is one that I actually wore last year, and this one is Cupcake Polish's Game of Cones, and this is a solar polish. And when you hear me talk about bright green polishes that sort of surprised me when I wore them, this is the one that started it all. This is how it dries, and I've put a glossy top coat on it. It is a beautiful bright but light green, and it has a really fun sort of red to gold shimmer in it. The red sort of turns a bit pinky and orange as well. It's really fun. And the solar properties, I believe, are dying. It's supposed to turn to like a dark teal, if I'm remembering correctly, and it kind of did last year. I'm thoroughly not expecting this to change at all this year, but I really like this bright tone of green, so I'm looking forward to wearing that this summer. And again, that was Cupcake Polish Game of Cones. Next up is one from Color Club. This is called Medal of Honor. And this is a beautiful linear holographic. I definitely tried to pull a few linear holographics into my summer rack because this is when the sun is going to be out and these are going to look absolutely stunning outside. So this is sort of like a dark pinky purple. This is one of those really beautiful shades that falls firmly between a purple and a pink. And this is what it looks like in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. As you can see, that linear holographic is really strong. I've been really impressed with the holographics that I've been getting from Color Club. So this one I'm really excited to try out. Like I said, the color is absolutely beautiful. It might not be super bright as far as colors for summer, but I feel like on camera it's darkening it up a little bit more than it is in real life. And once you get this outside, it's going to flame on the nails. So I think it'll look just fine for summer. So that again was Medal of Honor from Color Club. Next up is another beautiful jelly. This one is from Polished for Days. Just Keep Swimming, also from Polish Pickup. Now I had so many of these colors picked out for my summer collection. As you can see, I have narrowed it down to just a handful, but in all honesty, we'll probably be doing a part 2 of this summer rack because I have a whole lot that I tried to clear out. I was basically trying to make it fit on one of these as best I could, and I sort of cheated by allowing myself to keep these ones that already have their own little swatches on them. So this is definitely one that I was excited to try. I still haven't worn this, and this is what this looks like in 3 coats. This one would definitely benefit from a blurring base coat underneath it, or possibly a cream polish underneath it, unless you don't mind a slightly squishy formula, but it's absolutely beautiful. And as you can see, these flakies in here are absolute fire. You've got these bright pinks, these pops of electric green and gold, a little bit of orange. It is a stunning polish, as always with Polished for Days. They are one of my favorite brands, and I definitely want to pull out more from them for my summer rack. So that was Polished for Days, Just Keep Swimming. Next is one from Barry M, and this one is called Socialite. This one I thought would be perfect for summer because look at this bright but deep pink. It's a gorgeous tone, and I'm not sure if those are going to come across, but you see those little flashes of blue in there? It's sort of this blurply tone as well, and those are beautiful iridescent glitters. And this is what that one looks like in 3 coats. Really gorgeous color. And most of these do have a glossy top coat on them, save for this one, which is drying in that sort of plasticky finish. But this one is a beautiful tone of pink, very bright against your nails. And another one that I think is just going to be really bright and fun for summer. I could probably play around with it as a topper as well because it is squishy enough to use as a topper, but I really like how it turns out with 3 coats. So that was Barry M, Socialite. Next up is another linear holographic. This one is from ILNP, or I Love Nail Polish. And this one is called Aerial View, and this is a gorgeous holographic in a beautiful deep minty green, very linear, and as you can see on the nail, that definitely shows up. I don't remember how many coats this one was. I did do these, the ones on the nail rings when I got the polishes, so it's been a while for a lot of these, but it is a beautiful holographic. As you can see, it's very flaming on the nail. You can definitely see all of those colors, and I think out in the sun it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. And what's fun about this one is it'll sort of carry over the mints that I wanted to wear for spring and didn't really get to wear all that often because, as always, my racks are way too big. But in any case, that was ILNP's Aerial View. Next up is sort of a peachy coral. This one is from Nicole by OPI, and it's called You're an Angel. And this is a really beautiful sort of jelly coral formula, and it's got a load of shifting shimmer in here. A really beautiful color, and another one that I think is going to be really fun for summer. I do really love these sort of corally colors for the summer, and I don't actually have all that many in this sort of color that isn't too light. I do have some that are sort of on the more peach side of things, and I find that I don't really like that against my skin tone. So ones that pull a bit more on the coral side I like against my skin tone. And this one actually is more pinky in person as well, so it's kind of a pinky coral, but a beautiful tone. And that is what it looks like on the nail, nice and glossy with all of that shifting shimmer. And in person that shifts to a lovely gold and orange. So it's a beautiful combination. Very nice color. I'm really looking forward to wearing that one actually. And that is You're an Angel. And actually I would probably like wearing this with a topper over it as well. Next is kind of a surprise for summer, but this one is by 77 Nail Lacquer, Blue Lava. This is also from Polish Pickup. I have a lot of those in my summer rack. And this is what it looks like in 3 coats. It is definitely a jelly formula, so it is one that probably could benefit from having a blurring base coat, or if you have shorter nails, you probably wouldn't have to worry about it. For myself, I might wear this over this dark blue color, which we'll get to here soon. It actually is a really beautiful bright tone of deep blue, and all of those beautiful holographic shards in there play really nicely on the nail. They lay down beautifully. I didn't find that I had any texture on the nail whatsoever, and just look how gorgeous they are. These bar glitters are ones that I've really been enjoying for the past year. You'll hear me say that probably over and over in my recent videos, but they're just such a fun thing to have in a nail polish. And I know that bar glitters were really big, oh, when was that? Late 90s, early 2000s, except they were very different. These micro ones are really nice on the nail, so I'm having a lot of fun with those, although I haven't really worn them all that frequently, so I'm excited to wear this one, and I thought this would be really nice for the summer. So that was 77 Nail Lacquer, Blue Lava. Next up is another beautiful and bright fun green. This is from Never Enough. This one is called Monster Blood, and this one I really like how it turned out. This one was just in 2 coats, and look at that electric green. Really beautiful and shiny, a little bit snake-like, but very bright still. And if you look up close, you can see some blue shimmer popping up in there. Really neat. And look at that side of it, that metallic sheen almost. Cannot wait to get this on the nail and see if that shows up in person, but such a gorgeous mix and a beautiful bright green. This is kind of a surprise one for summer. Actually, I think I see a little bit of pink at certain angles in that shimmer as well. But sort of a surprise for summer because given the name, I wouldn't be surprised if this had come out in a Halloween collection, which would have been fall, but I thought it was very summer appropriate. And while I was swatching it, I was very happy that I had this in my summer rack because it's just a very fun color. So that was from Never Enough, Monster Blood. Next up is one from KB Shimmer, and this is Now and Zen. This is a very beautiful, bright, linear holographic. This, I think, is sort of what I was hoping. Oh, what was it? Color Club's, yeah, this one, Crystal Baller would be. And while this one I found was a beautiful color, I was wishing it was brighter on the nail, a bit lighter, I guess. So KB Shimmer is one that I want to try this summer, and it's a gorgeous shade of blue, and as you can see, the linear holographic shows up quite nicely. Here's what it looks like. I don't think this one has a top coat on it, but it is a beautiful holographic flare on there. And I want to say that there's sort of a larger particle shimmer in here compared to the linear holographic in the ILNP. It has a little bit more of sort of that micro bar glitter shape in it. I mean micro. By comparison, I mean it's still a very small particle, but this particle shape is not dot, it's more line, if that makes any sense. and I'm not sure if that is actually a thing, but that's sort of what I see when I look at this one. In any case, it's a beautiful shade of light blue, and one that I thought would be nice and bright for summer. And again, since it's a hollow, you're going to have that beautiful flame out in the sun. So that was Now and Zen by KB Shimmer. Next up is one from Zoya. This one does look more like a spring shade given the light sort of pastel color that it is, but this one is Haruko, and I didn't get a chance to wear this spring, and I thought that because it was sort of a brighter tone of purple, it would look really beautiful with a tan, or sort of make you look tan. And it's a beautiful shade, light but bright as well, so I thought it would still work nicely for summer. Really beautiful color, and again, I sort of wanted to give myself some colors that would give me a break from the really bright colors, so this I thought would be a nice option. And it is a really beautiful sort of a lilac-y pinky purple, and if you look up close, this one has a little bit of pink shimmer in there as well, so a really beautiful tone there. And that one, I believe, was 3 coats of this one. So that was Zoya's Haruko. Next up is one from Glam Polish. This one is called Vitamin C, and I could have pulled so many more polishes from Glam Polish, which again is why I'm probably going to do a part 2 of this. There are a lot more colors that I wanted to pull into my summer rack that I just didn't, for this video, have room for. And this is such a gorgeous combination. It's one of her beautiful sort of, I call them kitchen sinks. You've got the jelly base, you've got holographic, you've got flakies. I think the only thing that this one is missing is glitter, but it is absolutely gorgeous. It is a beautiful shade of turquoise aqua, and then you have all of that lovely punch of color from the holographic rainbow in there, as well as the beautiful flakies. And those flakies, I'm seeing a lot of orange, pink, purple, and blue depending on the angle that I'm getting. I'm not sure if the blue is coming from the flakies or if it's coming from the hollow, but it is a stunning color, really fun for summer. And this again, I'm showing over the natural side of the nail swatch as well as black, so you can see all of the gorgeous goodies in here. It is positively packed, so this would make a fun topper over a couple of different colors as well, obviously over any blues or greens, but you could try this over pink as well. So we'll have to see if I end up playing around with it like that, but I think just as its own Manny, it's going to be a really bright and fun color to wear for summer. So that again was Glam Polish, and that was Vitamin C. Next up is another linear holographic, this time more in the silver tone, although I believe this entire collection or range of them was sort of lightly tinted, and the one that I ended up getting was Date with Destiny, and this one is sort of on the pinky side of things. It's kind of hard to tell, but here's how it looks in 3 coats with a glossy top coat. Very poppy with that linear holographic, nice and glossy, and as you can see, it's got a little bit of tint to the base, so you can see a little bit more pink and purple, or a pinky purple along the edges of the nail instead of just a silver base. I thought that that would be a nice change of pace against these other sort of brighter tones, but this one was a beautiful sort of soft but lightly tinted color for summer. Oh, there you go, there's that pink. So that one was Color Club's Date with Destiny. Next up is a beautiful one from Cupcake Polish. This one is Lilac Skies, and just look at this beautiful purple. This one has a really beautiful mix of shimmer, holographic, and iridescent glitters in here. It's so beautiful. So this is what this one looks like in 3 coats. It is definitely one of the ones that's on the jelly side, but you can still see all of the beautiful goodies in there, and look at that shift in that shimmer. Really stunning on the nail. I think this one is going to look absolutely stunning out in the sun. Really gorgeous. I am a sucker for these contrasting shimmers, and what's really cool is in person, that greenish aqua flash that you're seeing, I don't see it all from this angle. I see pink. So that's how flashy this one is. When I was pulling these out in lower lighting, they definitely popped. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous color, and one that I'm definitely looking forward to wearing this summer. And again, that one was Cupcake Polish Lilac Skies. Next up is a bright but dark blue from Essence. This one is called Electric, with all of those little eyes. I don't know if you can see that. But there's like 5 or 6 eyes all in a row. Their labels are kind of hard to see, but there you go. So it's Electric. And what I really like about this for summer is it is still an intensely bright blue, and It's a jelly formula. So when you see it in person, this is 2 coats. So it is beautifully squishy and still a bright but dark blue. I really love this one for summer, and I love the jelly formula to this one. I'm actually really excited to wear this one. In fact, this one, or maybe the Sinful Colors that's coming up here soon, might have to be my next mani, but we'll see. These are all sort of high contenders for my next mani here soon. But that beautiful color was from Essence, and again, that was Electric with all of those eyes. Next up is another one from Polished for Days. This one is called Long Live the King. Another one from Polished Pickup, this time from a Rewind. And this one I love even more once it's swatched. So in the bottle, it seems like it's going to be an intense dark orange. However, it really pinkens out, if that's such a word, once it's on a swatch. So I don't know if that's coming across, but it's more of like a deep, almost like watermelon. It might still be coming across a bit red. See that it sort of matches with this bright pink over there a little bit. So once you have it on the swatch, it definitely comes across a bit more on the reddish pink side. It's absolutely beautiful, and of course loaded with those flakies. I think this is going to be another one that's going to look really fun and poppy for summer, and of course it's not showing up very well over any of these colors, but it's a beautiful. And again, it is a jelly formula, so this one could be a fun one to try as a topper over a bunch of other colors, and see how these flakies and the colors change it for the summer. But beautiful bright tone, and again, you can see those flakies are positively loaded in here, and they are flashing very fiery with these oranges, bright greens, and hot pinks. So another gorgeous bright color. This one's from Polished for Days, Long Live the King. Next up, I haven't even hauled this yet, but I bought this specifically for the summer, so I wanted to include it in my summer rack. This is from LA Girl, and this one is called Flex. This is one of those really beautiful bleached neons, and it is still bright enough that I thought it would work beautifully in the summer. And here is what it looks like. I think this one is just 2 coats. Look at that. It is definitely bleaching it out a little bit more on my screen, but in person it is still a light but bright neon green. Very fun and poppy, and I think this is one of those colors that's going to make you look like you have a tan, which is perfect for the summer. So a really fun color, and also one that I think is going to be really fun for nail art or putting like a dot manicure over. So that was LA Girl Flex. Next up is another beautiful jelly one. This one is Polish Me Silly, a Unicorn Glow. Now this is one that I have been wanting to wear. I think I had this in my spring rack even, and per usual for me, I didn't have time to wear all of my manis, and I even did some Skittles. But this summer I think I'm going to try doing a lot of manis like this. Not all in a round shape necessarily, but this sort of dot manicure and other things that incorporate more colors. But we'll see. We're having a really fun time wearing this, as I guess what I'm saying. So I want to try that with other summer manis. So this one is a beautiful purple base, and it is a jelly formula loaded with shifting shimmer. I think you can sort of see some of the rainbow popping out of there against the base of the bottle. Some blue, some gold, some green, and pink. And this is what that one looks like in 3 coats. Beautiful color, and again with my lighting the shimmer isn't popping to its fullest potential, but you can sort of see some of that pink popping against the tip of the nail. Really beautiful color, and I think this one would look beautiful paired up with this one even. So I'm imagining some manicures already, but this one was Polish Me Silly Unicorn Glow. Next up is this beautiful bright blue from Sinful Colors. This one is called Blew Me Away, and this is another gorgeous one that dries in sort of a semi-matte, almost plasticky like finish, and I thought that it would look really fun in the summertime. Again, it's sort of a deep but bright shade of blue, and this is another contender for my next mani. It really calling to me for some reason right now, and it's a gorgeous color, and I really love the plasticky finish that it dries to. You could wear a glossy top coat with this, but I really like the finish that it dries to all on its own. So it's another lovely shade of blue, and another color that I'm really excited to wear in the summer. So that was Blew Me Away by Sinful Colors. Up next is a beautiful bright pink from Zoya. This one is called Lola, And if you are not new to my channel, you'll know that this is pretty much outside my comfort zone. I have said time and time again that pinks aren't my favorite. They're just one of those things that I'm not a pinky girl. I wear blues and purples, and pink is a bit too bright and punchy most of the time. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that makes any sense, but this I thought was just perfect for the summer because look at that. It has a beautiful glow to it, and it's a really nice shade of pink as well. And here is what that looks like on the nail. It also has sort of a jelly squishy formula to it, but look at that glow. That glow really pulls me in with colors like this. And I even had a couple other colors in this sort of family, but I felt like they were too similar to include in the same video, but I will do some comparisons to them if I do that part 2 video that I'm saying I might do. But when you put that sort of a shimmer in a bright pink like this, and by the way, it is even brighter in person, I really, really like them. And this tone of pink is sort of on the, I guess, the cool side of things, which is probably another reason why I usually like this shade of pink. And I've been really drawn to this shade of pink all summer. So like I said, if I do end up doing that part 2, which I'm pretty sure I will, I'm going to include more of these colors because I already had like, to my left, at least 2 that I can see right now that I want to add. So this is another beautiful one. Just look at that beautiful glow for my summer rack. And that was Zoya's Lola. Up next is one from Emily Damali. Emily Damali is another one that I want to add more to my rack for this summer, but this one is Say the Word, and it is a beautiful oceany color, such a deep but bright shade of blue. You've got this sort of a multichrome metallic effect going on, and here's how it looks on the nail. You've got a beautiful sheen to it, absolutely gorgeous. So you can see a dark blue against the edges, with that beautiful pop, with that beautiful metallic looking finish to it. Really stunning. She does these very, very well, very oceany for summer. So that was Emily Damali's Say the Word. Up next, another one from Barry M, and this one is called Holographic Rocket, and this one I saw, I think possibly Amanda from the Nail Polish Hound swatched this, and I loved it. So once I figured out where I could order Barry M, I made sure to add this to my cart, and it is a gorgeous metallic-y holographic color in a beautiful shade of pink, again that sort of falls a little bit between pink and purple, which is sort of my thing with pinks. And here is how that one looks dried with a glossy top coat. Look at that holographic flare. Really stunning, and even more beautiful in person. This one is spectacular. Absolutely gorgeous. Cannot wait to wear this one. I think in the sun this one is going to absolutely blind. So really excited to wear that one. It is just such a gorgeous, gorgeous shade. So again, that one was by Barry M, and that was Holographic Rocket. Next up is one from Girly Bits, another beautiful purple. This one is All the Waynes back in the 90s, another one from Polished Pickup, surprise, surprise. But this is a beautiful flaky bomb loaded with a lot of stuff going on. This one is positively loaded with flakies and holographic and iridescent glitter. It is gorgeous, and can you see that blue shift going on? I'm not sure if that has a glossy top coat on it, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Another fun and bright color. I think on my camera it is sort of dulling it out a little bit and making it look like it might be a little dusty, but it's definitely nice and bright in person. Very, very glowy from within. So that was Girly Bits, All the Waynes back in the 90s. Next we're getting into our toppers. So this first one is by Zoya, another bar glitter. This one is called Mosheen. Look at the beautiful color. So this has those really fun bar glitters, this time in iridescent instead of holographic, and it's got iridescent glitter in here. This is part of their line. I think they have sort of a collection of these in this sort of tinted jelly base with this the same components. I chose the blue one. I do believe that it also came in other colors, but offhand I don't remember what they are. This one is definitely a topper. I did layer itself in 2 coats, and it's still very on the sheer side. This will make a really fun topper over a lot of different colors. You're going to get a lot of that iridescent from those bar glitters, as well as the glitter, and a touch, just a touch of that blue tint over whatever color you put it over. So really beautiful color. And again, that one was by Zoya, and that was Mosheen. Now the next two toppers did end up being a lot more similar to each other than I thought they would be, but in any case, we'll share both. This first one is by Fancy Gloss, and this is Witchcraft. This is one that I've already worn a couple of times this year, and it is a beautiful mix of iridescent flakies. So gorgeous. It has so many different colors going on. Pinks, blues, purples, golds. Really gorgeous. I've worn this as a topper. I've also worn this layered. It's absolutely gorgeous. So here's what this one looks like in two coats, but as you can see, it's got a load of those iridescent flakies going on. Really beautiful. All those flakies popping in a lot of different colors. They are definitely a lot brighter in person than they are coming across on my camera anyways, but a beautiful color. And that is going to look amazing over a lot of different colors. I think this is the one that I used to swatch over the Orly collection when I did the swatch video of that, and it looked amazing over each and every one. So that was Witchcraft by Fancy Gloss. And then just to do a side-by-side comparison, because on the swatch wheel they do look very, very similar, the next one is by DRK Nails, and it is too much fun. So just to show you what they look like side by side, they do have a lot of the same rainbow iridescent flaky goodness going on, but the one from DRK is in sort of a gold tinted base, and it's scented, which was actually something that I had forgotten until I went to go swatch it. I was like, oh, what's that? That smells delicious. But it's a beautiful flaky combination. I will be curious to see how they swatch side by side on a color and see if the gold tint to the one from DRK makes a lot of difference. But here's how they look side by side. Just trying to see if I have something white to show these against. And as you can see, they are different. The one from Fancy Gloss is a bit more on the pastel side, while a lot of the pastel in the one from DRK is in slightly different tones with that gold base. But both will look really fun over a lot of different summer colors. So again, that last one was DRK Too Much Fun. So there you have it. That was part one of my summer nail polish rack collab video. Make sure to check out everyone else's videos down below, and a big thank you to Amanda from the Nail Polish Hound and Louise from Loopy Frog for putting this together. It's always really fun to do these collab videos and to see everyone's choices for each season. So thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed my picks. Leave a comment down below about which one was your favorites, and if you have any must-haves for this summer. Make sure to like and subscribe for more nail polish videos here on my channel, and keep an eye out for part 2 of my summer nail polish rack. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.